Ever thought about how a beauty pageant works? It is actually an event where a set of contestants display their physical qualities and cognitive abilities on a stage for a panel of judges, which determines a winner out of a group based on arbitrary qualifications that no one knows about. We wonder if the judges themselves know the reason or qualification on the basis of which they select a particular woman as the Miss Universe and reject others. If you ever watched a beauty pageant, you would agree that it is rather difficult to differentiate amongst the group of sensational women, almost all of whom are endowed with immense beauty and grace. So how does a beauty pageant work? Well, it is more like a scripted reality show where the interest of the sponsors and global economics markets drive conclusion and determine winners. This is why Miss Universe is looking at India again after 21 years. Hi and welcome. This is TFI English, the National Socio-Political Analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I'm your host Tribhuvan, and in this video, I will tell you why an Indian becoming Miss Universe after 21 years is a no coincidence. Let's begin. So the Miss Universe 2021 is Harnaaz Sandhu, a 21-year-old Indian model. An Indian is thus going to bring the Miss Universe crown home after 21 years. Previously, Lara Dutta was crowned the Miss Universe in 2000. So the question is why it took India 21 years to win the Miss Universe crown. Honestly, there were a number of deserving Indian women who participated in the beauty pageant over the last 2 decades or so. But it made no economic sense for an Indian woman to be crowned as the Miss Universe all this while. There is just one answer: consumerism and business. If you don't believe us, then do ponder over this. Why do second and third world countries are mostly the ones winning the beauty pageants? Again, we have a simple answer. Consumerism has peaked in the Western world, and there is not much scope left for cosmetics and skincare brands to grow further in these countries. Consider this. Only 2 French women have been crowned Miss Universe till date. The first French Miss Universe got crowned in 1953 when the pageant was started in the US. Iris Mittenare, another French woman who won the title 64 years later. This makes sense as Paris has been the fashion capital of the world since the 17th century, and there is absolutely no scope of growth for cosmetics or skincare brands in this part of the world. Venezuela, an oil-rich country which once had a booming consumer market, has made its mark several times in the Miss Universe pageant, winning 7 times. But the last time it won the crown was in 2013. This is interesting because soon after 2013, the political crisis in Venezuela spiraled. In June 2014, oil prices tanked severely and the geopolitics of oil changed the landscape of the Venezuelan economy that went from riches to rags. So Venezuela was clearly no more a target for companies that sell the luxury of, say, cosmetics and hair care. So the Miss Universe contest moves to countries that offer ample scope of economic growth and consumer spending, especially in sectors like cosmetics industry. India won the first Miss World title in the year 1966 when Rita Faria bagged the title at the Big 4 international beauty pageants. However, throughout the 1970s or 1980s, India did not win any such title. You see, India, of course, had her own share of deserving women. But as a closed economy, the country offered no real scope of growth to international cosmetics brands. It was only in the year 1994 that Sushmita Sen and Aishwarya Rai were crowned as the Miss Universe and the Miss World respectively. India made a grand entry at the Big 4 international beauty pageants only 3 years after the country opened up its economy to foreign companies in the year 1991 and showed the capabilities to pump its economic growth. Thereafter, India won a number of beauty pageants throughout the late 1990s. Diana Hayden, Yukta Mukhe and Priyanka Chopra were crowned Miss World in the year 1997, 1999 and 2000 respectively, whereas Lara Dutta bagged the Miss Universe title in the year 2000. In the next decade, the Big 4 international beauty pageants moved to other emerging countries, and India won a solitary title in 2010 when Nicole Estelle Faria was crowned the Miss Earth. Here comes the big question. In 2017, Manushi Chillar was crowned Miss World, and now Harnaaz Sandhu has been crowned the Miss Universe in 2021. So why are the beauty pageants looking at India again? Well, it is again about the prosperous Indian economy and a growing consumer market. India has been rising constantly and as a strong economy for the past 2 decades. but of late it has emerged as the fastest growing markets in the world, which is exactly the kind of market that big Western brands target. India has also managed to revive its consumer spending and economic growth after the pandemic, showing how it is resilient in the face of global disruptions. And remember, India is a young country with an average age of 29 years and 65% of population under the age of 35 years. India's demographics are well suited for international cosmetic brands and skincare products. In fact, the Indian cosmetics industry is a fertile market for international brands. While the global cosmetic market size stood at $380.2 billion in 2019, it is expected to reach $465.5 billion by 2027. India's cosmetics industry market value stood at a little over $15 billion in December 2020. Starting 2022, India's beauty sector is expected to grow by 2.8%, and as such, a young population with an open, growing economy makes India a likely leader in the cosmetic industry of the future. China, on the other hand, is a declining economy, and that also does not accommodate international brands. So, you know why Miss Universe is looking at India again. It's all about market and economics.